The theme for today is our involved God from Psalm 139, verses 15 and 16. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret and skillfully wrought in the lowest parts of the earth. Verse 16. Your eyes saw my substance, yet being unformed, and in your book they all were written, the days fashioned for me, when as yet there was none of them, but you knew. God knows everything about you. God is very involved in your life. Maybe when you were back in your mother's womb, your mother may have made a bet. She's kind of curious. What would he look like? Or she, a boy or girl? They didn't know back then. But as you were developing in that womb, technology with ultrasound, we can now see while they're still in the womb. I remember when my first daughter was in my wife's womb, before she was born, we had an ultrasound and we saw her moving on that screen, her legs and her arms, and even her mouth was opening. And I was so intrigued with what I saw, but that was kind of weird. She looked kind of like an alien with big eye sockets and the jaw. It was kind of strange. But I thought, well, that's my baby, but it's not fully formed yet. So we'd still kind of guess what it would look like. But when she was actually born, then we knew, what a beautiful daughter. Now I've got 4. God can see everything. He knows everything about you, and he's involved in you. He's designed you. You know how DNA works? All these different complex things that form our DNA. Scientists have got kind of some of the idea, but they haven't mapped out all of the complexities of DNA and how it works. But, I was born deaf, but how? Well, I come from a generation on my mother's side, 4 generations of deafness. But then how did it happen? Because I've got a brother and sister who are hearing. But it seemed like they should have been deaf too, with all of that family history. But there's so much DNA through the various marriages, but how God has designed it, it is amazing. Now in verse 16 it says, your eyes saw my substance. Those are the different parts, like our arms and things that haven't yet been formed. God says, I've put all those things down on my book. I know how it's going to develop. Your body and all the things that transpire from your development in the womb clear until death. God has all those things written down. Maybe when you grow up, your parents had a baby book before when you were young, and they put down all those things. Can they remember all the things about you? No, but God has everything written down about your life. Every day, every second, and every millisecond. God knows everything about you, and it's all put down. Now, does God have a book? No, I'm guessing it's more like all in his mind. He's got it all there. So yes, God is very involved in your life. So come back tomorrow, and we'll explain more things about this.